Hey, hey, hey! It's your favorite pal from the moon, Milkthrow. I'm a little excited. And can you guess what? Can you guess why I'm a little out of practice now that I mention it? Let me just share this. Let me just check the volume too while we're at it. Sorry, my internet is a little messed up at the moment. Just being. Hey. Let me just check the volume too while we're at it. I could still lower it a little bit more just to be on the safe side. There we go. Wanna keep it like that. I'm gonna be posting this on my friend's Discord, Flux the Forsaken. And I'm gonna be sending it directly to him because he asked. So here we are, posting this here. And just putting it on the table so I have somewhere to look at the chat. Okay, here we go. Like I said, I'm a little bit out of practice, but I don't care. And I wanted to make like Halloween streams. And I do have some plans for some Halloween streams that we can do like last moment. Maybe we could try it tomorrow, like even if it's early, I don't care. Early in the morning, I mean. My sleep schedule has been a little bit off too, so either way, I'm gonna be doing some tier lists today, and I'm really excited about that. The one thing that is gonna be like the big one is all of the Dragon Ball Z movies and some of Dragon Ball Super. I don't have the regular Dragon Ball movies because I don't really count them because it's like retelling of the original ones, but we'll get into it when we get into it. I think we should start with something a little bit more lighthearted, I guess. I mean, not lighthearted, just a little bit silly, something to get into the group, you know? Oh, hey Flux, nice to see you. Okay, so let's do this. There we go. Let me just check the capture. And okay, it's a little bit of a silly little tier list that I found. I changed the categories a little bit, but it's basically pet names and couple names. We're gonna be ranking on how much I would enjoy them and about how much it would completely destroy me in all of the wrong ways. Like if you call me that, I might as well call me a slur, huh? Okay. Let's get started. Like I said, a little bit out of practice, but okay. So we have some categories here. I'm yours forever, high caliber, Nito, can you not, and dry as a Popeye's biscuit. Let's see. Princess and Prince, this is high tier already. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like the number one. I mean, I'm not one for royalty, you know, but it is a nice sentiment. Let's put it in high caliber first, just to warm things up. Slut, I mean, we're starting kind of strong now. It's not the best, not the worst. I wouldn't be offended. Like, if somebody called me this, I'd be like, oh, you. I mean, I guess it hits different if you're a woman, right? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it at Nito. We'll see later how it goes. Smarty, what the hell is this? If somebody called me a Smarty. I hope beautiful baby boy girl is in there. Maybe. There's a lot, but we're gonna go through them a little bit fast. If somebody called me a Smarty, I wouldn't be offended, but I wouldn't be like super, like, you know, like, oh, thanks. I'd be like, okay, like I can deal with it. Now this one. Okay, it depends. If you're a cute Japanese girl and you said it to me, I'm gonna be like, well, I guess that's part for the course. But if you're a weeboo that just told me this because, I don't know, like, I stole one of your fries or some shit, I'm gonna be like, the exit is that way, you know? It's not offensive, but it's like, okay, I can take it like as a bit of a joke if you call me a baka, but it's gonna be like, shut the fuck up a little bit. It's funny. It's not offensive, but it's funny. But can you not? Snuggle bear. Yeah, you know. The snuggle part is cute. The bear part is, I don't know, maybe a little sexual. Maybe a little bit labeling too. Like, are you calling me a bear? Like, as opposed to, I don't know, like a twink. Maybe a little situational. I'd be okay with it. Like, I wouldn't be offended. I wouldn't be disgusted or anything. But it's like, okay. Baka Gaijin? No, that is high tier. Goofball. Oh, this one is cute. I don't know if it's much of a pet name, I suppose. Okay, just checking the. I'll say it's Nito. Oh, you're being such a goofball right now, or oh, you goofball. That's okay. Honey. Okay, now we're talking. This is gonna be number one, and I don't think anything is gonna be like above this. I don't know why. I just think the word honey is so cute. I'm okay with honey, like as a food. I think it's okay with pancakes. I really like it with pancakes. Other than that, I usually don't eat too much honey, like honey candy or anything like that. But just honey, it's like, I don't know. It's like something you call your special someone and no one else, or maybe I don't know, like, oh honey, like something you would tell like your child or something like that. It's like it feels very close, like very, you know, it's like an us thing, you know. Honey Boo Boo Bear Slug. Nah, I don't know where that would be. King/queen. I don't know. I think like princess and princess a little bit cuter. Also, I use king and queen a bit more like ironic. Like, hey, you go king, or they'll never take you down, king. You know, if you were to call me like, oh, you're my king or something like that, it's like, I appreciate it, but you could call me like prince or princess. I think that's cuter. I don't know if it's because it makes me feel older or anything, but I don't know. Besides king and queen, it just feels like historically there haven't been too many nice kings and queens. And when it comes to fiction, at least, whenever there's a prince or a princess, it's like synonymous with bravery, with whimsy, with all of those types of things. So I'm gonna go with a I wouldn't be offended. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't love it, definitely. King/queen has always has a friend vibe these days. It feels more like hyping someone up than being a pet name. Yeah, I know, I understand. Like I said, I say it most like ironic, like in an endearing way. But then this is for couples, I think. So I don't know. I'd rather you call me something else, you know. But it's okay. I'm not gonna be a turd about it. Ho, this one is funny, very funny. You're being such a hoe. Oh, come on, ho, let's go to the store. I don't know, that's a little bit out there, you know. Alright, I will laugh at it, but in the same way that if you were to call me a baga, it's like, come on, ho, let's go to the store. It's like, bro. Mommy and daddy. This one is fucking weird for many reasons. I think this one is probably the most sexualized. Well, other than slut, maybe the most sexualized over here. But that's because people ruined it. I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't see myself saying these words coming out of my mouth to refer to someone in a genuine way. It will be more just like fucking around. If I were on the receiving end, I will probably grimace a little bit. I wouldn't hate it, I wouldn't like it, but nah, I don't like it. I'm gonna go with Can You Not. It's not like a complete hate because I can see where it's coming from, but it's a little icky, I suppose. Come on, Ho, let's go to the store. I will just stare at you confused. Yeah, that would be funny though. It is funny though. If I said, come on, daddy, let's go to the store, it would be like, ugh. Idiot. Well, finally, the dubbed version of Baka, you know? Situational? I think it will be really effective under the right circumstances. Like, if you were presenting me to someone being like, oh, here's my idiot, my my good old friend Milkthrow, you know? My idiot. It's like, bro. But if, I don't know, like if it was like during something, like after I just played a prank or did something stupid and you said like, oh, you idiot, it's like, okay, I dig it. It is very situational. I'm gonna go with Nito. It's gonna be like the same as Goofball and Slut. These are very situational, but they can work. For the most part, I think the one that will always work on me is probably Honey, but we're gonna see. Cuddle Buddy. This isn't even a pet name, this is just like a title. This is my Cuddle Buddy. Have you ever seen those male escorts that don't necessarily have sex with people, but they are just like cuddle buddies? It's so weird. It's usually in shows like that you will see on the TLC. Either way, I'm not feeling it. If you set it on the right context, I'm okay with it, like, I guess. I'd be offended if somebody introduced me as their idiot. Yeah. I don't know, maybe they're into humiliation, and for somebody that would really work. Okay! We have like a tier 3 swear here. The Australian one with with 4 letters. This one is fucking funny. If somebody were to call me, oh, you're such a, you know, I will laugh my ass off. But as a pet name, it would get old really quick. Like, okay, I get it. Don't make it a thing, you know. I'm gonna go with Can You Not. S tier from an Australian, D tier from an American. You know, I can probably agree with that, but it would also just make me laugh. I don't know. Han, this one goes with the same one as Honey. Come on, Han, but just gonna be putting it here. Maybe close to Honey, but the whole thing just sounds better than Han. Sweetie Pie, this one is cute. It's a little too much, a little too sickly sweet, a little too, you know, like, do we need all of that? Can it be just, if it was just Sweetie, probably better. Han better than Honey? They're similar. Sweetie Pie, it's a little too much. If it was Sweetie, it would be harder. Sweetie Pie, I'm just gonna put it at Nito. Side-Ho, what the fuck? Dry as a Popeye's biscuit. What the fuck are you talking about? At least with Ho, it was funny, but with Side-Ho, you're being like, you're not even my priority. What the hell are you talking about? It's kind of funny, but not in the same way that if you were to call me either one of these, it's like broken. Let it be the last time, you know? Sweetie way better than Sweetie Pie. Yeah, I agree. Maybe it's over here. Shorty. Is this correct to say? Like, depends on your melanin level. This one is funny, but I wouldn't, like, if you were like, come on, shorty, let's go to the store. It's always the example that I'm gonna be putting on, because it's something very neutral. Come on, shorty, let's go to the store. I'd be like, what did you say? I'm gonna put it at can you not. It's funny. Kitten, okay, this one, it's only funny if somebody consistently called me Saiho. I'd probably cry. You know, that's very humiliating, but like I said, for some people they're into that. Kitten is probably the most ironic one over here, for me at least. If I were to call somebody Kitten or somebody were to call me Kitten, I'd be like, you're such a dingus. You're obviously making a joke. I hope if somebody were to contact me being like, can you be my Discord Kitten? And I'm like, haha, sure. And they were for real, I'd be like, bro, we were just kidding, right? It's very situational. I'm gonna put it at because it's funny at least. If we're being for serious, probably around over here, the last two. Snuggle Buddy. Didn't we have this already? Snuggle or Cuddle Buddy? The same shit. Pookie Wookie, are you kidding me? If it was just Pookie, it would be like probably a or can you not, but Pookie Wookie, it's a little too much. You are doing too much, buddy. Like, tone it down a little. I can't believe my Discord Kitten is acting up on his own stream. You know, this kitten has claws. I don't even want to keep going with that. Yeah, Pookie Wookie is way too much. Babe, what the fuck? Here's the thing. I always feel like Babe is for normies and for those couples that, like, I don't know, they are very jealous and possessive of each other. Like the guy going like, hey babe, I'm going to the gym, don't wait up, and she's like, oh my god, you're going with one of your fucking side hoes, why would you do this to me? Stuff like that. That is the mental image when I hear babe. If somebody were to say it to me, I think I wouldn't get like that kind of vibe immediately. It would be more like, okay, I appreciate it, but can you not? There's no excuse to being called a side hoe or a Pookie Wookie. Honey Pie, again, like you're doing too much, just honey or honey's better. But I'm gonna be okay with it. Honey Pie, Honey Pie. Maybe if you're like a southern person, like, come on, Honey Pie. I shouldn't do those voices. I'd be like, okay with it. You're doing a little too much, but like, you know, it's still okay. My forever, what the fuck, are we writing a fucking fanfic here? Is this Archives of Our Own? What is this? My forever. This is something out of a fucking Twilight novel. This is a can you not for it. I mean, if you are delivering like a speech, like if you're saying like your wedding vows or something like that, it will be very cute because it's like, okay, you're making a compromise, spending your life with somebody for eternity, hopefully, and you're like, you'll be my forever, or you'll always be my forever, something like that. You know, I can appreciate it. But if but if you tell me, hey, my forever, let's go to the store. Hey, can you pass me the water, my forever? I'm gonna be like, tone it down, buddy. I'm gonna put it at can you not. Dumbass, this one's cute. Not just because I like Deltarune. Just kidding. I think it's okay. I think it's neato. It's situational like Slut, but it is cute. My forever is a way worse than Popeye's biscuit emo. I'd get annoyed. Like I said, like, but it's like the intention. My forever, like if you said it on your wedding vows or on a speech like an anniversary or something like that, but in a casual way, nah. I mean, it's like you gotta pull my forever on special occasions only. Tits! Bro just wants to get stepped on by Susie and be called a dumbass. Bro, I bet. Never mind. Oh, by the way, I fucking love this song. It's from Hylix 2, Sino Arcadia. Fantastic game. Anyways, tits. If at least sugar tits, it's like funny because of Grand Theft Auto 5, and you can tell that you're messing around with someone. This gives me the same vibes as Babe. I don't know, it's really bad. Just tits. Like, what the? Hey tits, let's go to the store. Are you fucking kidding me? Did you just say bet to that? No, I didn't. Lovebug. Okay, this one is really nerdy, but in a cute way. I will never use it personally, but if somebody called me that, I'd be like, you know, I'll take it. I bet it grows on you. This is the type of couple nickname that really grows on you. Like, let's say that you're having like the best relationship ever, and he starts and he's like, oh, you know, my little Lovebug, Milkthrow, and I'm like, what the fuck is that even? And then it's like, oh yeah, it's my Lovebug over there, and you're like, you know, and then like it just grows on you, and then you have a horrible breakup, and you're watching like a movie, or you're hearing somebody in the mall, and it's like, oh yeah, my little Lovebug, and you're like, I should have never left him. I think this one is high caliber, depending on, but it's incredibly unique, but not in the best of ways. I'm gonna put it at the beginning of Nito. Sugar mommy, sugar daddy. It's at least funnier than just mommy and daddy. It is very demeaning to be the one saying it, or to be the one that it's being said to. Maybe if you have like a power dynamic, I suppose it could be better. I'm just gonna put it at can you not. Baby, I don't know. This one is fucking weird because, I mean, does the image of a baby come to your head? No, where did it go? Oh, here it is. I guess if you're lost in the middle of the sauce, you know, you can be like, oh baby, just like that. But it's not, I don't know, to say it to someone. I'll at least say this much: it's better than babe, way better than babe. I'm gonna go with it is situational. Most likely, like, call me some of the others, please. Sweetheart, hell yeah, hell yeah. I don't know, maybe I'll put it here because I think sweetie is better than sweetheart. I would probably prefer being called a prince or a princess than sweetheart, but it's okay. Oh baby, just like that, just bro. Sexy. Here's the thing, I can never say this word earnestly at anyone, even if I think they're sexy. It's like, oh, you're so sexy. No, it feels icky. It feels like sexual harassment. It feels like I'm gonna be in the HR office like immediately after saying it. Sexy, it's okay in a certain way because I mean it's very forward. Here's the thing, I can't say it to someone, but if somebody say it to me, I will be very flustered. It's like, what? Who? Me? Like the image of the kid pointing at him. What? Me? Situational. I'm gonna go with back as sexy and hoe, like whatever. It's probably a can you not. It will get old really quick. Like, it's like a precision strike. If you set it at the right time, probably okay. Teddy bear. Again with the bear thing, I don't know. It strikes me the same as cuddle buddy and snuggle buddy. Like, yeah, you just wanna like a hug or whatever. Like, you're big and I feel protected by you, that kind of shit. I'm gonna put it here. Sugar plum, you're doing way too much. Is this even like a southern thing? Like, oh my little sugar plum, you know? I feel like you're doing too much. It's not like dry desert, but can you not? Romeo or Juliet? This is just fucking basic. Maybe if you're a little too into classic literature, I can be like, okay, I appreciate it because it probably means a lot to you. But on a personal level, I don't think I can. I will be dry. Cupcake. Are we talking about EDP over here? I think it goes in the same as Sweetie Pie and all of that. It's a little too much, but it's kind of cute. Love. Come on, love. Hey, love, let's go to the store. It's okay. It's a little... I mean, it's forward. But... I think it's kind of situational, like... it feels a little dry. But the intention is cute, you know? Beautiful, handsome, hell yeah. Sure, I'll put it over here. I think I would prefer princess or prince, but beautiful / handsome is also nice. Bitch. Okay, this one's funny. If you were see, this is how different it is. If you were to be like, hey tits, let's go to the store, that's fucking... I'm gonna leave, you know? I'm just leaving immediately. If you were to go like, hey bitch, let's go to the store, I will laugh my ass off. Like, it gets old really quick. But if you do like a precision strike at the right time, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off. Just don't make it constant. It is funny though. Yeah, I'm gonna put it around sexy. Like, it's situational. It's funny. Goofy, that's a little too much. I would prefer goofball. Goofy is just like the biggest... Nah. Sugar tits. Not even with an R. Oh, sorry. I thought I got a message, but no. Bitches probably is one of my favorite words. I'd put that in a high tier cause. Yeah, but as a pet name, it will get old really quick. Like, imagine hearing like, bitch, did you get the groceries? Like, hey bitch, did you shower already? Hey bitch, you feel like eating some pancakes? Like, it's a little too much. Sugar tits, it's funny, but no, hell no. Naughty girl, naughty boy. This one's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. Who's my little naughty boy? Like, if you said it right. Goddamn. My whole lot, bro. You were complaining about my... What was it? My everything? Where's my everything? My forever. My whole love. Now that is a mouthful. Goddamn. I wouldn't put it as dry as a Popeye's biscuits because it at least like it has a like a cool intention. It's like, oh yeah, you know, you're in love and everything. You're not being demeaning. You're just being a little way too extra. My love. Ah, this one's cute. Here's the thing. I think my love is better than love. It depends on where your relationship is at the moment. Like, if you were just married, this would probably hit like a drug, you know? Oh, my love. Like, let's go to the store, my love. No, see, that is very cute. My whole love will irritate me to no one. After like the second or third time, I'd actually ask them to stop. Hell yeah, you know, that is way too much. That is way too much, you know? You know, it's funny, this one is my love, my whole love. It's like such a difference, you know? Yeah, it wouldn't hit as much as honey or anything like this, but I think it's neato. Precious. Okay, it makes me think of like 3-4 things over here. By the way, we have a friends tier list, so I'm gonna be referencing Friends here. This really does feel like the name of a dog. Like, come here, precious, come here. Like, I cannot with this. It's kind of like goofy. It's like I see the intention, but it's not hitting, you know. Sugar. If you're Saturn, this hits. If you're not, no. I'm gonna put it at oh my god. I'm gonna fucking nut. Are you kidding me? Do I even have to explain it? Like, I melt. I completely melt at this shit. What the fuck is this? Crunchy? Oh my god. Come here, Crunchy, let's go to the store. It feels like you're a fucking cum rack that just got left to dry. That's what you are. You're a Crunchy. I'd act like Gollum if I got called precious. Jesus Christ, Crunchy is probably one of the worst ones that I've ever heard. What is this? Hottie? Hottie with a body? It's like sexy. It's like sexy and bitch. It's like it has to hit on the right time, you know? Baby cakes. I use this one a lot actually. But I'm always very ironic about it. It's like, it's almost like my whole love. It's like if I said this, it's not gonna be like really sincere. It's just gonna be me being an asshole, being like cheeky. I think it hits like goofball. Yeah. You know, naughty girl slash naughty boy does not hit the same as good girl slash good boy. Like, goddamn. I'd take a shower if I got called crunchy. I'd feel gross, like I was called dirty and smelly. You know. My beloved. It depends. If you're gonna be saying it to someone. Again, it has to be like on a speech or like your wedding vows or on a letter or something like that. If you just say it casually, it's gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's gonna be so insincere, you know. I think the intention is kinda cute, so I'm gonna leave it at but at the very bottom of it. Sunshine, this one is cute. It's a little too much. It's almost like sweetie pie, but I think it can work. I like it better than Smarty and all of this, so gonna put it at Nito. It's okay. Soulmate, now you're doing too much, and you feel a little bit intense, you know. This is like the type of shit that you would say at a funeral, you know. It's like, oh, he was always my soulmate, you know. Like the type of shit you say when you are grieving or when you already broke up with them and you're like, I didn't appreciate them enough. It's a little too much. If you were to go like, hey soulmate, let's go to the to the store. Oh, it's like, are you about to die? Did you get diagnosed with something? What's wrong with you? You okay? Yeah, probably a can you not. My little whore. Okay, now I don't know about this one, Tommy. I think soulmate is nice, as in like talking about your married spouse to someone else, but being it called directly is awkward. Yeah, you know, it's like, but I still think it's a little too much. Like I said, like on a written form or when you're thinking about them or something, but you know. Now this one, it doesn't hit as much as this one. It's not as sweet as these ones. Situational. It depends. It depends. Oh, this one sucks. And I just burp. My little slut doesn't like my name calling, I'd be like, no, can you stop? Boo Boo, like the bear from Hanna-Barbera. If it was just Boo, like it's kind of stupid, but I kind of like it just because it's kind of stupid. But Boo Boo, like, what is this baby talk? By the way, let's see how this looks now, because let me just check the capture. Is it a little too far away? Nah, it's okay. Where was I? Yeah, Boo Boo's like, can you not? Sexy Beast? Why can't you go all the way and just call me Mr. Beast? No, this one is horrible. It is kind of funny, so I wouldn't be like dry as a Popeye's biscuit. It's just like, bro, no. Yeah, I'd always do a Yogi voice if I got pulled Boo Boo. I almost did like the droopy voice because I don't remember what Boo Boo sounds like. Homie? Homie? It's funny, but no. Cutie, hell yeah. I don't know if this is high caliber. Wait. No, I like this one's better. It's around here, yeah. It's fine. Mr. Breast. Pookie, okay, this one's cute, but a little too much. It's situational. I think it's neato. Not the worst. It's not Pookie Wookie though. Silly Goose, that one's also neat. Honey Bun, you're doing too much. Do not sully the great nickname of Honey. It's Pudding, this one's cute. Sweet Cheeks. It's kind of like the Australian one. It's like you gotta pull it off, you know. But at the same time, it's like, no. My bro, my dude, my guy. I mean, this one's just for friendship, I think. Imagine if you were dating and she's like, here's my bro, you know? It's like, okay. I mean, it's cute, but like, for a couple's nickname, here we go. Sweetie. Yeah. These ones, it just hits way better Sweetie than Sweetheart. It's like, Sweetie, you know. It sounds a little condescending, like, Sweetie, no, that's not how you do it, but you know. I don't care. Let it be condescending. It hits. It hits for me, you know. Pookie Bear, you know, it's better than Pookie Wookie. Probably around Sexy or Hot, it's like, can you not? But I'd laugh at it at least a couple of times. Hubby, wifey, well, if you're married, like, this one's okay. But this feels like early marriage, or like when you're engaged. That like, this is not gonna last, you know. I'm gonna put it at neato. Sweetiekins, you're doing too much. Like, I mean, it's not Sweetie. It'll never be Sweetie. It's not off-putting, but it is not good. I'm gonna put it here, like the very last of. Muffin is cute, but just cute. Tater tot. What? I would be fucking offended. I feel like you were calling me like Honey Boo Boo's mother. Like, what the fuck is a tater tot? You know? Like, you're calling me a potato lump? Like a little cylinder of nothing but hash? This is as dry as a potato. As dry as a potato, not as a potato. As a goddamn potato. Buttercup. I'm gonna put it at the top of, It's not quite cute, it's not quite off-putting, it's not quite whatever. It's like, it's okay, you know. Anything involving Ookie itches my brain in the bad way. Pookie, Wookie, Smookie, just no. What about Snooky? Lover? I mean, this is a little... Well, what is this? Has-been hotel? Like, what the fuck? Same as homie, it's like, oh, my lover. It's like, bro. Pumpkin? Hell yeah. I don't know if this goes in high caliber. Because it is cute, but it is a little too much. It is a bit of a mouthful. But it is cute. It's kind of like Lovebug. I'm gonna put it next to Lovebug. It's cute, but it doesn't hit as much as this one's. Foreign language. Gringo. Pendejo. Pumpkin. I've heard Tater thought before it's supposed to be like cutie, little cutie equivalent. Nah, I don't know, bro. It doesn't hit. Foreign language. I mean, I feel like I would fold under the right circumstances, but I'm the type of person that needs to know what you're calling me. I'm gonna go with very situational. Dumpling, it's cute, but it's a little too much. Also, is it offensive if you're only using it with Asian people? Just asking the real questions here. Yeah, same as Muffin, it's okay. Bunny, now I like this one for obvious reasons. It doesn't hit as much as these ones, but it kinda hits, you know, it's like Cupcake, Pooh Bear, no. No, yeah, this is like, I would immediately be like, please don't. Like, I know the intention is nice and everything, but no, please don't. Bubba? I wanna go home. I love Bubba, but I wouldn't want to be called Bubba. Unless it's like an inside joke, like you like shrimps too much, so they call you Bubba. That would be hilarious. Just gonna put it at can you not. My lover, again, can you not. Where's lover? At least my lover is a little better. Whore, yeah, this one's okay. It hits. Is it high caliber? Yeah, it's high caliber. Sorry. Boo. Okay, this one's funny, but it's kind of like, it depends on who says it. I'm gonna put it either way. Gremlin, I think this one is really overused. I'm gonna put it at, yeah, it's kind of like over here, like one of the better ones of Can You Not, but it's like, nah. Cutie Patootie, this one's cute, a little too much, a little too sweetly. Yeah, around Buttercup, like a little bit less than Buttercup. Honey Bunny, I mean, this one's, it is too much. But at least I'll put it at Nito. Hubba Bubba. This one's funny. Yeah, better than Mommy and Daddy at least. Deer, this one's cool. Yeah, around here. Okay, yeah, that was fun. Okay, let me just so we can see everything. There we go. At the very top we have Honey, Good Boy, and Sweetie. Those ones are top tier, do not add me. Then we have Han, Prince, Princess, Beautiful, Handsome, Dear, Sweetheart, and Whore. I don't know, it kind of hits, it feels friendly, you know. Then we have Nito, which are the good ones, but not like amazing. Then there are like situational. They can be okay, not the best ones, not the worst ones. Then it's like I'd rather not, and then it's like basically slurs. Like what the hell is this, you know? Well, that was fun. Okay, shall we get on with the main show with the Dragon Ball movies? Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so the thing about this, bro thinks horror is better than slut. Yeah, I do. I don't know, because it's a whore feels like, I don't know, like a personality trait. A slut, it feels like you're calling them a profession, basically. It's like, go stand in the corners and start, getting me some money, slut. Okay, so for this one, we have something a little special over here. And that's because we have a presentation. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have. Well, doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just say my thoughts as they are. Oh, it's not with F. Oh, how was it? It's L. Okay. Let me just check the capture. Okay, we have a presentation. So, I watched almost all of the Dragon Ball movies. I didn't watch the original Dragon Ball movies, like before C, because it's basically like a retelling of the original series with some added things. I didn't watch the Dragon Ball GT movie, and I didn't watch the Tarble movie, and I didn't watch the Eradicate All Saiyan movie. Other than that, everything else. Man's bringing out the PowerPoint presentation over DVC. Hell yeah. This was actually because of you, because when I did the Ghibli tier list, I was very passionate, I was really into it, but I kept talking about, oh, the visuals this, or oh my god, the environments and everything, but I didn't have any visual aids. Now I do. It's function only, so don't expect anything like nice looking. I just want you to look at the art style and the character designs and the lighting and the coloring and all of that, because that's important to me. Okay, this is in release order, release date order, so let's go. Whew. Okay, so the very first movie, the very first Dragon Ball Z movie, is Dead Zone, the one with Garlic Jr. as the main villain. I watched 66 of the movies and you're going to have to deal with it. Okay, Dead Zone, 1989. The main villain is called Garlic Jr., the one goblin that you see over here. Now, the thing about him is that he wanted to have... No, I think his father wanted to have the title of God of the Earth. And the God of the Earth is this Namekian called Kami. Which means God in Japanese. So his son tries to take over. He gathers the Dragon Balls and wishes for him to be immortal. He kidnaps Gohan because he needed the Dragon Ball that is on top of his hat. And, well, it's kind of creepy because at the very beginning, like, his gang, like his minions that you see over here on the bottom right corner, they beat the shit out of Chi-Chi and her father, and they just take Gohan. So Goku realizes this and he goes to fight him, and given that Kami is involved and everything, Piccolo comes out to help. And it's very cool because this movie doesn't even have Kaioken, it doesn't have Super Saiyans. Maybe it has flying, but they didn't use it. It wasn't all that common at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. Piccolo and Goku weren't friends at the moment. He didn't even like Gohan, he hadn't even taken him train. One of the coolest things about the beginning of Dragon Ball Z is that we see a little bit of Goku being a father, and I forget just how small Gohan is. Like, he's supposed to be 4 years old here, maybe even a little bit younger than that, and I just forgot just for how much of the series Gohan was a kid. Anyways, when it comes to the art style and everything, I feel it kind of looks like early Dragon Ball. It doesn't quite have the budget and flair of a special presentation yet. When we get to that, it's gonna be very apparent. Now, the thing at the center with all of the happy animals and everything is because Gohan gets drunk because he ate a fruit that was fermented. And so we get this little happy montage of like him imagining things, like anything that is gonna be like lighthearted here is because of Gohan. I mean, you can see that he's pissing on Krillin's head over here. I think it's an okay movie. Let me just check a little something. Yeah, they didn't even have the Genki Dama, like the Spirit Bomb. So the way that he was defeated was that he created a Dead Zone, which is the title of the movie, and he got trapped in all of eternity in there because Gohan went rage mode and gave him like a big headbutt. Not my favorite. It's an okay movie. I think when it comes to the actual tier list, it's gonna be getting well, we gotta find it first. The world's strongest. No, where is it? That sound right? Yeah. When it comes to the beginning, it's like I feel it's closer to a C tier, but I'm gonna put it at B right now. We'll see. It's an okay movie. For being the first one, you know. Control. I always forget. How is it? Control L. Okay. Now, this one is an improvement in every single way when it comes to Dragon Ball movies. Now, Goku does have Kaioken, and Piccolo had trained Gohan at this point, so they kinda had a bond. But I just think it's way better in every way. So this old fuck tries to get the strongest man in the world, which will be Muten Roshi, Goku's master, but they didn't realize that he was already like super old. So Goku comes and they realized how strong he is, and he has to fight these biologically modified creatures. And I'll say it's probably one of the better fights with the minions. Like, it's usually fodder. They just exist to show how cool Goku is. But in this one, as you can see over here, he actually had a lot of trouble with them. And I have the theory that Saiyans are kind of weak to the cold, because he had a trouble with this guy. Again, we get a little bit more of the songs of Gohan, like a little bit of comedic things, a bit more childish, but not a lot. Piccolo is brainwashed to fight Goku, and at the very end, Goku defeats the creature over here with the big brain, with a spirit bomb, and that's the beginning of the MO of every single Dragon Ball Z movie. Goku is going to be defeating them with the spirit bomb like 9 out of 10 times. It gets old, but it is okay. Like, he only used the spirit bomb like 3 times in the Dragon Ball Z series, but in the movies it's like every single fucking movie he defeats the villain with the spirit bomb. I wanted to point out something funny about this one. It is a very funny movie. It starts with Gohan and Oolong trying to get the Dragon Balls. Krillin starts to be completely irrelevant. Like, Krillin is always gonna be like a joke in these movies. Like, he doesn't get to fight, he just gets to be punched and say a line that is like, oh, why always me, or why is it only me? Like, it's actually a reoccurring joke. And yeah, it's the very first Spirit Bomb. And let me show you something here. It's funny because during Gohan's little song about Piccolo that he sings, because he really likes Piccolo, it's funny and cute imagery all around, you know? But I wanted to show this. Look at the way it ends. It ends with Piccolo screaming while dying for some reason. And it cracked my shit up. Like, we have all of this cute imagery and everything, and it's just like Piccolo dying, saving Gohan's life. Like, why? Why did you imagine that, Gohan? Is that one of your fondest memories? Jesus. Either way, go back to the... Oops. I really hope that didn't show on screen. Okay. Like I said, one of the a big improvement. This one definitely earns an... there, that feels better. But yeah, very memorable characters at least, I'll say that much. He probably remembers it because it was the selfless act of how much Piccolo actually cared. I get that, but one, why was it in negative? Like negative film? And why did it end like the cute ass song with birds and animals and colors with Piccolo screaming in pain while dying? It's just funny, you know? Like, I get it, but it's funny. Now, next one would be L, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, it's peak. It's peak. It's peak. This is peak. If you want to watch a really fucking good Dragon Ball Z movie, this is the one. I love Bardock as a character. My god. Jesus. Okay, so really quick, the story. Bardock is Goku's father. He has a group of friends, well, of co-workers slash friends that go take over worlds for Frieza, and they get jumped by Dodoria, one of Frieza's elite soldiers. And they did this because Frieza wants to kill all Saiyans, and it's going to be happening that same night. But Bardock manages to fucking badass the fuck up and kill all of the people that jumped his squad. The only one that he loses to is Dodoria, which is very interesting because Dodoria was really strong during the Namek saga. So we see that it is justified that he was actually strong. Not even Bardock could kill him, but he barely survived his attack. So he goes and tries to warn all of the other Saiyans to rebel against Freezer because they are about to die. But nobody believes him. They start laughing in his face, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking bastards, you stupid idiots." And he goes and tries to kill Frieza, and his last stance is so fucking badass. And the music, his theme song is so fucking peak, you know. Oh my god, I love this one. And the best part, he loses because there's no way he could kill Freezer. It doesn't go with the story, and Freezer is like insanely strong. But it doesn't matter, his last stance. This is basically the Rock Lee versus Gaara of Dragon Ball. Like, whew, it is so peak. My favorite movie, just complete spoilers, my favorite movie out of all of them. And it is 1999. Um, as you can see, the art style, like, it is not like special. Like, I mean, it's good, but I don't mean that it's like special. Like, it has a different art style than the series. I think this is a movie. I do think this is a movie, but it's closer to a TV special. And phew, yeah, it is peak. Let me see what else I have in my notes. See if I need anything else. Oh yeah, the lore and daily life of the Saiyans and the Freezer Army are seen here, and this is something that is not all that much seen on the regular series. So it is cool to see here. It is bloody. Here's one thing: when we get to later Dragon Ball Z, it's gonna be like less blood. Wait, there we go. It's gonna be less bloody, and I'm not saying that blood equals good, but it is part of the appeal. It has always been a part of Dragon Ball. Like, it can be quite brutal, and yeah, this is peak. This is actual peak. Let's see, anything else I need to say? This isn't important. Okay, so. You all ready for this? Where is it? Like, I am not glazing the movie. It is that good. It is amazing. This one gets a C, no questions asked. Sorry, I'm burping a little. There we go. Now, same year, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4 movies in 1 year. This is the peak of Dragon Ball's popularity. Because it was during the Freezer saga and everything. Okay, so the Tree of Might. Now, when I think of this movie, and probably one thing that many people think is that Turles is just a reskin of Goku, and that is very lame. Like, it would make sense for Bardock to look like Goku, right? But Turles, my rationale always told me, like, Goku looks like the most average Saiyan ever because he's like a low-class warrior. He's like just basically like the prototypical Saiyan, you know? So it will make sense that somebody that looks like him could still exist. Either way, when it comes to actual Saiyan comes to the earth to cause troubles, Turles is kind of whatever. Now, I do like the movie. Like I said, we still don't see the change in the art styles and everything. It looks pretty much like regular Dragon Ball Z episodes. I do want to point out that the concept of the fruit from the Tree of Might is one of the coolest concepts in the movies. The Tree of Might is planted in the earth and it starts sucking every single bit of energy out of it, so that when you eat the fruit you get a big boost in energy, and it really works. This is the first time that we see Haya Dragon, or Icarus, how it's called in the English dub, if I'm not mistaken. It's a whatever character. It's kind of cute that we get to see Gohan be like an outdoorsy child with a special bond with animals and nature and all of that. Turles being an important villain in Xenoverse 2 games still boggles my mind to this day. I never played Xenoverse 2. I played a little bit of... No, I didn't actually. I think it was my brother that played it. But yeah, I don't mind Turles that much. One interesting thing about this, like, since the Tree of Might is a concept that is so morally wrong, like you basically drain a complete planet and its inhabitants out of every single ounce of life that they have just so you can power up. Like, that is such a dick thing to do, and that is why it's such a good villain motivation. And besides, Turles really has like the same mindset in him, which is why he gets pissed off when he sees Gohan. And so he forcibly turns Gohan into an Osaru, a giant ape, and Goku fights him as an Osaru, right? And the one thing that kind of calms him down is Icarus or Haya Dragon. And well, to make things short, basically Goku cannot beat Turles even with the Kaioken and everything, so he starts making a spirit bomb, but there is no energy around the world because of the tree, so he starts taking the energy from the tree to make the spirit bomb, and that's how he defeats Turles. And I think that was one of the coolest things ever when it comes to spirit bombs. At least it was like an original thought around the spirit bomb. And here are the minions. A lot of people really like this one with the silver armor, because he has like jetpacks. Other than that, I mean, they fight against the Sea Warriors like Yamcha, Tien, and Piccolo, and some of them die or whatever, but I mean, they're not really all that relevant. Like, they might as well could have not been there. It really revolves around Turles. And here we see the animals and everything. And from this point forward, it's interesting because there always seems to be like an environmentalist theme around the Dragon Ball movies, and like always in touch with nature, with being outdoorsy. And it makes sense because many of the Dragon Ball Z characters like Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, they all feel at home when they're on the Earth, because it makes them like appreciate life instead of destroying it or taking it. I think it goes with the themes of Dragon Ball Z, but it starts to get like a little in your face in the movies. It's okay, but yeah, it's always like the animals and the energy of the earth, which is also very in touch with the concept of the spirit bomb. I think it's okay. It's an okay movie. I don't like it as much as others. When I first came into watching the movies, I thought it was going to be one of the better ones. It's okay only. I don't mind it. Let's see my notes real quick. Oh yeah, this is before Vegeta, so Yamcha and Bulma were kind of a couple because this was before Namek. But not really. I mean, they weren't official. They just had kind of like this, kind of relationship. Yeah, this is after the Saiyan saga, so hey, as a non-Dragon Ball Z super fan, what's the deal with that pervert pig guy? His name is Oolong. He was in the original Dragon Ball, and his whole thing is that he can transform, so he can look very intimidating. So he will go to the villages transformed as a monster or as a giant or as in whatever, and he would kidnap the beautiful girls from the village so they would be with him. And I mean, Goku, Bulma, and the whole gang found him, and since Goku's ridiculously strong, he just beat the shit out of Oolong. And it's not like Oolong gets the strength of the transformation, it's just a complete image thing. So he just gives up his evil ways and starts hanging out with the Dragon Ball Z gang. I mean, the Dragon Ball gang. And he's like the perverted type of humor before Roshi. I mean, Roshi was still like that, but he wasn't consistently with Goku and Bulma, so Oolong was, yeah, I was about to say, like, this is after the Saiyan saga. So Piccolo already has a bond with Gohan and he wants to protect him. It's pretty okay movie. Definitely better than the Death Zone. Let's see, where is it? Why didn't they put this in order? Okay, here. Better than the World's Strongest? Yeah, definitely. Okay, this one is... When I first came into doing this project, I thought that this was gonna be one of the most boring ones. It kind of surprised me. I always thought it was like a fairly unnecessary movie. Like, Namekian as a villain is an okay concept, but he's basically called the Super Namekian because I'm like, oh, so he's like the Super Saiyan but for Namekians. Either way, his minions are not all that relevant. The only one that is kind of relevant is this little green guy. He was kind of ruthless and he drained energy, so he completely bodied Piccolo and Gohan. This Goku, I mean, it's interesting. This was before the Freezer saga, but while it was being made, the Freezer saga was already being made in the manga. So this transformation that you see here, it's a prototype of the Super Saiyan called False Super Saiyan. It's basically Goku with Super Saiyan powers. And the reason why his hair isn't golden and his eyes are white is because they didn't know what the Super Saiyan was going to be looking like in color, because it was a black and white manga. So yeah, it's like a prototype Super Saiyan. That part of it is kind of cool. I like it, like whatever. And this, in my opinion, is when they really start amping it up with the quality of the movies. Like, you can see like the different art styles, a lot more saturation, a lot more color, a lot more interesting scenarios. Like, look at Iguana Street over here. Like, this is not the type of scenario that you usually see in Dragon Ball. It's usually like a big deserted planet, or they fight in the icebergs, like in the snowy areas where there's nothing. Like, usually they don't fight in the series in the cities because they don't want like to cause destruction or anything. But the villain of this saga tried to take over the world, so they didn't have too much of an option to take the fight somewhere else. By the way, savor this moment because it's one of the last times that we're gonna be seeing Piccolo being relevant. Piccolo is Toriyama's favorite character, and honestly I'm kind of agreeing with him. I really like his character. I know a lot of people really like Vegeta and his character arc. I'm a little more into Piccolo because he's a little bit more, you know, he does things his own way, and he's kind of solemn, but he really appreciates his bond with Gohan, and he's really in touch with nature, with Earth and everything. Like, I don't know, I just really like it. Either way, Goku doesn't defeat Lord Slug with the Spirit Bomb here. He doesn't defeat him with the false Super Saiyan. He does a Spirit Bomb, and I put this screenshot in particular because it really reminded me of Superman. I know Goku is supposed to be like a Superman type character, somebody who came from a foreign planet and adapted into Earthling life, but him taking power from the sun in order to defeat Lord Slug, like that really reminded me of Superman. And I like this part with Piccolo giving Goku his power so he can fight Slug. I really do think Piccolo should have been like more relevant in this movie. He was, but obviously he couldn't take the glory. It had to be Goku, you know. It's interesting. People don't like this movie because of a stupid thing that they decided to do. Namekians are weak to whistling, so Gohan starts to whistle, and Piccolo is really annoyed with it. And during the Slug fight, he's like, "Oh, Gohan, you have to whistle. You have to incapacitate Lord Slug." And he starts doing it, and Piccolo literally rips out his ears in order not to hear it. And people thought that was really stupid. I think it's whatever. It's a movie. It's supposed to be a little bit silly, I suppose. Oh, this song reminds me of Pikami. Either way, more than I was expecting. This movie was actually solid as fuck. 1991, the height of Dragon Ball popularity, and they are only gonna get more creative from here on out. I didn't expect to like this movie as much as I did. And let me check my notes real quick. Yeah, the city scenery is cool. False Super Saiyan and Super Mankin. Oh yeah, I've said like this is basically like a Namekian Broly or something like that. Like the designs of the minions are also pretty cool. Also, Chi-Chi knocked out one of the soldiers. Not one of the main ones, but it was cool. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let me just rank it real quick. Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Ooh. Yeah, better than Turtle. I'm gonna put it an A right now. Maybe we can change that depending on how we go. Piccolo's more interesting. He had to overcome his literal nature of being able to become a better person. I know he was born from a literal demon, like the embodiment of the devil in Dragon Ball, because he's the half of Kami that is evil and Kami is God. And he had to overcome that and his entire life purpose. It was just so cool. I really like it. I really like his character. Also jig music. Okay. Cooler's Revenge. Now I thought this movie would be better when I first come into this. This is actually the first movie that I watched because it's the one I was the most excited about besides Bardock. It's the first time that Super Saiyan Goku appears in the movies. This was after Namek. And I like the characters' designs here. As you can see, I mean, I don't know if it's all that notable, but it does look different than the Dragon Ball Z regular series. Like they have a bit more saturation, the characters. I don't know, it kind of has like that movie look, you know, like it looks different. I'm really starting to enjoy how the movies look since Lord Slug. And the characters' designs here are really cool. It's just 3 of them, and they were all very strong. Like apparently they were on the same level or even stronger than the Ginyu forces. I mean, this is all not canon, but Cooler as a design. I don't like his regular form all that much, but his second transformation is really cool. It kind of looks like a Kamen Rider Power Rangers type of character, and it is very schlocky, but in a good way. The character design, at least. It's interesting because we see Goku incapacitated throughout most of the movie, and once again, Krillin, Bulma, Gohan, and all of those, they get jumped. They are always doing like an outdoorsy thing, like camping or whatever, or eating in the middle of the woods, and all of a sudden the villains come and they start beating the shit out of them and tormenting them. It's like, as an adult, that just kind of hits different. Imagine that you're trying to spend quality time with your friends and family, and all of a sudden it's like, bro, I'm fighting for my fucking life. I don't know. Again, with the environmentalist theme, you can see the bird that Goku has here, and the destruction of the forest and everything. Omori, yeah. You can see the destruction of everything. They wanted to destroy the Earth, but their number one priority was to fight Goku because they wanted revenge for Freezer. It wasn't that they cared that much about him. Rather, it was more like a pride thing. And so the fight with Super Saiyan Goku, I mean regular Goku and Cooler, it's kind of okay, like whatever. But when Goku turns Super Saiyan and he heals this bird is when it's like, oh my god, this is cinema. But other than that, like, it's kind of whatever. It's very much like the most standardized Dragon Ball movie of all time. It's like, okay, you know. I would very much rather watch like Bardock. Is it better than Slug? Honestly, I think I'm giving Slug a bit more credit than this. Since when can Goku heal things? Goku, especially during the Namek saga, had really weird powers. once he just put his hand over Krillin's head and he read his mind. And when he was recovering in the hospital, he was levitating a glass of water with only his mind. And I think the idea of him healing the bird when turning Super Saiyan, it's again like that environmentalist thing that these movies have. Because in Dragon Ball you can always give energy to somebody else. So that's kind of like healing, you know. Either way, it's okay. If you're a kid, it's definitely gonna hit way better. Because it's like, oh my god, it's Freezer's brother and he's stronger than him. Honestly, it's kind of whatever in my opinion. Also, this is when Piccolo starts to become more washed. He's not gonna be relevant ever again. It's okay though. So Cooler, no, this is the return of Cooler. Cooler, where are you? Cooler. What? Where is it? Where is it? Is it not here? Oh, here it is. Cooler's Revenge. It's weird that they have the word revenge when it's the first movie with Cooler. I guess in the same way of the Tree of Might. Yeah, it's okay. Now, oh wait, let me just check my notes in case I had to say anything else. Yeah, no, I already said everything. Now this one. That desperate squeak, this guy is acting little frick. No. Okay, wait, is the music still playing? Yeah, this one's just a little understated. Where was I? Oh my god, it's Undertale. You better knock that off. Okay, now this one, I think it's a lot more ambitious than any of the other Dragon Ball movies. Because this is closer to a sci-fi horror. And seeing that in a Dragon Ball movie, like, goddamn, bro. Now, the plot is kind of whatever, and this is after Namek, and the first time that Vegeta comes up, and the one before this one is the first time that a Super Saiyan was in the movie, and this is the first time that Super Saiyan Vegeta and Goku are in the movie. So, oh shit, I gotta technically go. I'll have it in my ear, but I have to cook dinner. Oh, okay. Just look at this one. It looks cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking throughout most of it, so just keep a mental image of this. So the thing is, they go to Namek for whatever reason, and the Namekians were being enslaved by these robots. And these freaking robots, they are tough as nails. Like, Gohan was already a little bit more grown. But the material that these robots were made of, like, they couldn't damage them at all. And they had to, like, hyper focus their energy in order to penetrate them. And that was already hard enough. They barely could manage them. And it was the gang of Yajirobe, Gohan, Krillin, Roshi, and Piccolo. They were all dealing with the robots, and they go into a certain part of the they get captured. And look, they were trying to kill Yajirobe here with a buzzsaw. Like, it's kind of funny. That side mission is kind of funny, but the focus of this movie was with Metal Cooler. I also usually have to hyper focus on the shut up. And metal cooler was like in another level. This is one metal cooler that they have here, and Goku and Vegeta could basically only damage him if they both fought at the same time and really locked the fuck in. And even still, it was really fucking hard to damage him. So they managed, after really trying, they managed to defeat him. And they're like, oh my god, that was fucking hard. And then you see a fucking army of them sliding down the mountains, ready to capture them. And it's like, there's like at least like, Jesus, like 50 metal coolers inside. And it's like, alright, let's give it a try. And it just cuts to this image here that you see in the center. So here's where the original cooler, which you can see over here, tells them like, oh, this is an organization that is really good with robotics and biorobotics, and I'm controlling them, and thanks to them I can, I have all this power and whatever. And Goku and Vegeta are fighting for their fucking life over here, and they just start powering up and overwhelm this version of cooler. And he just rips out of the fucking wall with all of this biomass and metal around him, and Goku does like this weird move that is almost like Gogeta's Soul Punisher. But before that, they get caught in these cables, and it's super gory and it looks super painful. And before Broly, this was like the most helpless fight I've ever seen in Dragon Ball ever. Like, it felt like they couldn't win. It felt like the numbers were against them. It felt like they didn't have enough reinforcements. It felt like they were just fucking done for. It's really underrated. My brother said that it's kind of boring from what he remembers, and I remember liking the first one better, the cooler, but that's because I was a kid. I can really appreciate this one. I think it's a little bit boring to make the focus of it Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Goku, because I mean that's pretty much everything that we get later on in during Dragon Ball Super. But this was very new at the time, seeing Vegeta and Goku cooperating in Super Saiyan. I bet it must have been super hype. I really give credit to this movie. I think it's one of the better ones in the Dragon Ball Z saga. If you want to see something different, definitely give this one a try. Let me see my notes. Yeah, Piccolo does something cool, but he was basically like the leader of the B Squad, but oh yeah, this is fucking insane. So Goku has instant transmission, and that was always a big advantage of him, but Cooler sees him do it and he just learns it out of nowhere. It's such bullshit, which also made it like Vegeta couldn't keep up with Cooler as much. Namek is my favorite Dragon Ball scenario. Whenever I think Dragon Ball Z, I think of Namek. Nothing feels more Dragon Ball than that. Also, Team 4 Star, the one that makes like parodies of Dragon Ball and all of that, they kind of ruined this movie for me a little bit, because they have too many memorable jokes here. But I'm not like Sean Shamel. I actually like TFS. So Cooler's Revenge. No, the Return of Cooler. I don't know if this is a C tier, but it is really fucking cool. I'm gonna put it at the top of A. We'll see later. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. It's peak. I mean, not in the same way that Bardock was peak because of the not in the same way that Bardock was peak because of the storytelling and everything. This one is one of the best, very best looking Dragon Ball movies. It's almost like a prototype Broly when it comes to the final villain, so it doesn't feel all that original in the long run, but hey, it came first. As you can see here in the top left corner, Gohan is... This is after Namek, right before... Wait, it was the beginning of the Cell Saga, but before he went into the hyperbolic time chamber. So he's not quite the teenager, but not quite the kid. It's very interesting. This is a very unique Gohan character design. And as you can see here, they are in the shopping mall, and it's super cool. I always love it when Dragon Ball, especially in the movies, they take place in these environments that are not just like big desolate areas, so you can focus more on the battlefield or just the battles. It is such a cool idea because I also, whenever I watch like Ghibli movies or anything related to the 90s or early 2000s Japan, I get very excited to see how life was there during those years, and to see a little bit of that in Dragon Ball Z. Like for me it was super special, especially because during the 90s the malls, like the shopping malls, were like the epitome of just consumerism, entertainment, and socializing. They even, I mean, they're buying clothes and everything, and they even stop to have a meal there in the middle of the shopping mall, and that's so cool to me. I always really appreciate like the little slice of moments, the little slice of moment times that we get during Dragon Ball. They are very rare, but they are very enjoyable. So I thought this movie was boring when I was a kid because I didn't like the idea of more of Dr. Gero's androids just existing, and even now I do think it's kind of lazy writing. But it's a Dragon Ball movie. I mean, during this time we didn't focus much on the story really, unless it was something really fucking cool like Trunks' future or Bardock. But just the visuals alone and everything around here. I mean, look at the saturation. This all looks fucking fantastic. There's only one movie that I think looks better than this one, and we'll get into it. Now, the infamous... Well, before that, let me just say, there's these two androids. They look kind of generic, but... I mean, one of them looks kind of generic. The other one is super funny. It's like a little pimp. It's so funny because he's always drinking out of a canteen. And the one image that is over here, I had to put it on because he's fighting against Vegeta, Super Saiyan. And Vegeta kind of punches the fuck out of him, and he goes, wait a second. He takes a drink out of his canteen, and he proceeds to get his shit rocked again. It was so funny. Probably one of the better characters of the movies. Either way, the fight wasn't all that interesting, and later Android 13, this one, shows up, and this is the weirdest fucking thing ever. I thought this was a joke in the Team 4 Star rendition of this. He actually has like a redneck accent, and I get it. I mean, yeah, he has the look and he has the hat and everything. I thought it was a joke of the Team 4 Stars. No, in the English dub he has a redneck accent. I don't understand. I watched all of this in Japanese, but later I came to find that out. So either way, he super transforms into this hulking character, and Goku turns Super Saiyan, and Vegeta Trunks, and nobody can stop him. He's super strong. He's a hulking giant, and he fucking grabs Goku by the leg and purposely gives him a fucking nut shot. And you can see in this freeze, this particular frame, you see two balls being broken. I thought it was another joke from TFS. No, this actually happened. They purposely made it an actual nut shot, and Goku gets detransformed from Super Saiyan. Also, the way that this was being promoted on Japan was like, oh my god, the three Super Saiyans are gonna be fighting along each other, Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta. That was kind of whatever. Either way, this fucking scary ass image of Goku is when he's doing like a spirit bomb while he's Super Saiyan, but Krillin goes, "No, you can't do that, Goku. You are using the anger of a Super Saiyan." I did not know about that frame. That's crazy. I know. I thought it was a joke, but no. Either way, yeah, Goku transforms Super Saiyan and he's doing like a spirit bomb, but Krillin's like, "No, you can't do that because you have anger in your heart," and that is non-canonical. But either way, Goku absorbs the power of the spirit bomb and delivers a big punch to the bad guy, and he kills him like that. And it's so weird. One of the weirdest final attacks in all of the Dragon Ball series, at least in the movies. And honestly, extremely surprised. Probably one of my favorite ones. Not so much when it comes to storytelling, but visually, mwah, this is perfect. I like it. But that being said, I also think we should give priority to storytelling rather than just looks. So don't expect it to be a C tier. I am gonna put it at A tier. Maybe that'll change with time. We'll see. Get this one out of my way. I'm already getting my voice is kind of going away. Yeah, A tier. This is a great one. Let me check my notes. Oh yeah, there's one part that is kind of funny with Master Roshi, Oolong, Krillin, and future Trunks. They were expecting to see a model parade happen in the shopping mall, and they were acting kind of pervy. And usually that is not funny, but to see future Trunks interested in that way was kind of funny. Okay, yeah. This is also like a Broly teaser. I think so. Don't push yourself. No, I'm not pushing myself. I'm just being very excited, so. Yeah, we already ranked it, so what's next? I think the next one is Broly, actually. In draw index. No, the history of Trunks. So I thought this one looked just like the TV show, and for the most part I'm right. It doesn't look all that visually different from the show, but the storytelling is fucking fantastic. This is the saddest one by far. If you really think about it, this is the original timeline, so future Gohan is probably one of the more tragic characters ever in Dragon Ball. Now future Bulma, she is the GOAT. She created a time machine. Are you fucking kidding me? And she was also always so calm during these trying times. Like, Bulma is half of Dragon Ball. Don't even at me. Everything that happens is because of her. Obviously Goku is like the front man. He's the face. He is everything. But Bulma, thanks to her, anything related to the Dragon Balls and Capsule Corp, even like domesticating Vegeta to a certain degree. Like, she's a fantastic character, and in this movie she really shines. Also Gohan, to see Gohan kind of act more like young Goku, it's very interesting because Gohan was always very different from Goku. In this one you can see like a bit more of Goku in him, like his mature side, because this was before Goku was just an idiot. Yeah, this movie really makes you hate the androids, and it's interesting that number 18 got a redemption, because I think she's a great character in the Buu Saga and everything. Not that the Buu Saga is very good, but you know, that's besides the point. But yeah, they are really huge dicks here. And it's so satisfying when later on Trunks manages to kill them. But that is during the series, not the TV special. Yeah, the scene when Trunks finds Gohan's corpse and becomes a Super Saiyan. That is cinema. That is actual cinema. And it looks fantastic. And it has that 90s aesthetic, like my god. Oh my god. Also, you can see here when he's fighting with the androids as a Super Saiyan, he couldn't manage to defeat them. Bulma told him to go back in time, but Trunks was like, no, I think I'm strong enough now, and he got bodied. Yeah, really, really good. Let me see my notes, see if there's anything else that needs to be said. Where's future Trunks? Also, yeah, it does feel hopeless, but we already know what happens next to the anime, so... the androids, their characterization is kind of weird. They are just thugs with no purpose, because Goku died in this timeline, by the way, in case I didn't say it. Vegeta, Goku, Piccolo, Krillin, and by the way, the Dragon Balls are also gone, because if Piccolo dies, the Dragon Balls are gone. So yeah, that's why it feels so purposeless. And the androids just hate women. They hate humans. Let's see. Future Gohan is like okay. Gohan, the death of Gohan is really unglorified and unfair. Like, you would expect like a last stance being super cool and everything, but no, he just gets bodied. And that's more realistic, and that's what makes it feel so like sad. And the real strength of the androids, because maybe Trunks could have overpowered them, but the real strength is that they have unlimited stamina, and that is fucking cracked. As a fan of future Trunks and hater of how he's treated in modern media, should I watch this movie? Absolutely. It's called The History of Trunks, and it is really good. Like I said, it's a TV special more than a movie, but fantastic. Matter of fact, this is many people's favorite one. My favorite's still Bardock, but this does deserve a C tier. Where is it? Oh my... Oh, did I mute myself? Did I? No. Okay. Sorry, I stepped on something I shouldn't. Okay. None of this. The history of Trunks. Here it is. Yeah, this is a C tier for sure. Okay. Now let's pick up the pace, because I don't want to be here forever, and I mean, you're already busy, so the legendary Super Saiyan, or how we call it, Broly. Siente la esencia. It is... Okay. When I first came into watching this movie, I was gonna be like, this is gonna be the best movie ever. It's gonna be la la la. It's really nice. It's weird to say this, but there's better ones. He's the most fun villain when it comes to just being a complete and utter villain. Like, he has no personality really, other than, oh motherfuckers, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna destroy you. And it's cool because his concept is being the legendary Super Saiyan, the one from the legends, the one that Freezer was so afraid of, the one that was destined to kill Freezer. This music does not go with Broly. Either way, we see a little bit of that urban city environment that I really like in Dragon Ball. Like, here we see Goku with a suit. This one is super funny. I really like when Goku has to act like a regular person. Again, like, the saturation and everything is pretty cool, but I don't know, I always feel like this movie in particular looks a little bright compared to the other ones of the other ones of this time. I don't know. Not gonna talk too much aesthetics with this one. But yeah, the story, here we go, and basically Broly as a baby already had the power of the power level of 10,000. No, yeah, of 10,000, which is Bardock's power level. And so King Vegeta, Vegeta's dad, was like, okay, kill that baby. But they didn't manage to do it, and they escaped into another planet, and they started trying to become stronger to kill King Vegeta. But King Vegeta died when Freezer killed everyone, so they contacted Vegeta in order to get their revenge on him. But that's when everything went to shit and Broly started killing everyone, blah blah blah. Okay, one of the things is that Broly was a baby and Goku was next to him, and Goku was crying, so Broly didn't like that much, and he really hated Goku because of that. One of the stupidest things ever in one of these movies. People really hate Broly because of this reason, at least Dragon Ball Z Broly. I do think it's kind of stupid that they do that. It doesn't kill his character for me, because he's such a mindless monster either way. So this already has Gohan as a Super Saiyan. So it was Goku, Trunks, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo against him. And Vegeta, one of the coolest parts about this is that Vegeta was so fucking in awe and afraid of Broly that he almost didn't fight. He was like, oh my god, we're fucking dead. This is the legendary Super Saiyan. We cannot deal with him. And as you can see here, Piccolo grabbing his head, being like, bro, lock the fuck in. But Vegeta was like, oh my god, no, it's over. It's so over. And honestly, against Broly, like I said, Metal Cooler was like the most hopeless fight. This one took over. He was just it was like fighting the Hulk in the Marvel comics. It was just incredibly intimidating. He was such a hulking mass of nothing but power, and he couldn't be contained anymore because the device that his dad was using got broken, and so Broly just went berserk on everyone. And you can see him crushing this. That's him killing his own dad, so it really had to be like, we either kill this guy somehow or he's gonna end everything and everyone in the entire universe. There's gonna be nothing but destruction. And they beat him in the most bullshit way. They just kind of give Goku all of their powers and he lands a punch on his stomach, and Broly just kind of disintegrates with green goo, something really weird. Either way, I guess you can rationalize it being like he was so chaotic that he couldn't even contain his own power. I don't know. They defeated him in a really shitty way. It's always nice to see Saiyan background with King Vegeta and the life before the planet got blown up. I'll be honest, this is not an S tier movie, but I'm gonna put it there because of just how insanely iconic and popular this was. Broly got reused as a villain in so many other movies, so many other specials, other video games. He was like the secret final boss in one of the games. He was like the final boss in an interactive Dragon Ball Z, like they did in an entertainment park in Japan. So everybody absolutely loved Broly because of how busted and intimidating he was. Just because of his influence, I'm gonna put it at C tier. I will probably put this in A tier otherwise, but I think he deserves to be because of the cultural impact that he had in the Dragon Ball series. Besides, he became canonical in Dragon Ball Super. That's how much people really like Broly. Legendary Super Saiyan, where are you? Here it is. I feel it's a little undeserved, but like I said, I thought Broly was interesting but never liked the story. I like the Super remake a lot, actually. Yeah, that spoilers, but that's gonna go in C tier. This is the best one. Not the best movie, maybe, but probably, I don't know. It's super solid. Let me check my notes for Broly. Oh my god, I didn't mention this. At the very beginning of Broly, they were having a picnic, and Krillin was singing, and the song that he was singing was a song that was in one of the specials of Evangelion, Rebuild, the second part. And I was like, oh my god, Krillin is singing the Evangelion song, and that was so insane. It also made me realize just how much of a weeb I can be in order for me to recognize that. Yeah, there's also like a drunk Roshi over here in Broly, and he's a little annoying. I didn't care for that much, but they also kind of want to sneak in a little bit of humor in every single Dragon Ball movie, and I understand that because Toriyama was always very much like, he liked his gag manga with Arali and everything, you know. But I don't know, it just felt like it was a little in the way. Okay, that's it. The movies. 1, 2, 3. Again, 3 movies in 1993. Okay, Bojack Unbound. This is the best looking movie in Dragon Ball Z, hands down. The scenarios, the coloring, the saturation, again, I know I'm saying that a lot, but in this one, it really fucking surprised me. Now, the character designs, I'm not all that crazy about it, but at least they have synergy within them. And I really like the origin story for Bojack. Since Goku died when he defeated Cell, when Cell blew himself up, he also killed North Kaio-sama. And all of the Kaio-samas had made like a prison for this character. And since Kaio-sama died, North Kaio died, that prison like spell or whatever you want to call it got broken, so Bojack got out. And that is the best origin story for any of these characters. It's not much, but usually the characters don't get much of a good origin story, other than Broly being the legendary Super Saiyan, but it kinda gets a little swept under the table by the stupid crying. Either way, the scenarios here are fantastic. This is where Mr. Satan, or Hercule, however you want to call him, it was before the Buu saga, but after the Cell saga, so he was a fraud and didn't have anyone by his side, and people always thought like he was like the hero that saved everyone. So a rich motherfucker organized this tournament with a bunch of entertainment like areas and different sections to entertain his son, and he's like, oh, bring Mr. Satan since he is the strongest one. But later the Sea Warriors also find out because they want to win money or just fight, and we get to see Tenshin Han fight against Trunks. And it's really cool because the only way that Trunks could win was by turning Super Saiyan. And Tenshin Han was like, well, I know I was gonna lose, but good fight. And it's like, god damn, Tenshin Han, you always get done so dirty. Also, this is Teenage Gohan after he became Super Saiyan 2. But you always know about this, about Gohan's character, is that he doesn't like to fight or get angry. So the whole purpose of this movie is like, Gohan, you need to lock the fuck in and get angry even if you don't have to, because otherwise everybody's going to die. Oh, this song. The thing is that the only one that ever defeated any of the characters here was Trunks. He defeated this Chrono Cross looking motherfucker over here in a sword fight, and it was kind of okay. All of the other characters, they completely bodied. Yamcha, obviously, Tenshin Han, Piccolo, Trunks, and Vegeta. Vegeta shows up trying to be all cool and he gets like two-shotted. It was actually pathetic. So sad. So Gohan has to fight 1, 2, 3... yeah, like 3 or 4 of these guys, including Bojack, who is the strongest one. And he's trying to do it while in base form or in Super Saiyan, but it's not enough. And later, Goku actually teleports here, delivers one kick, and tells Gohan like, bro, lock the fuck in, and he goes away. And that was insanely dangerous because he was already dead, so if they killed him, he would have been dead forever. So Gohan actually transforms him into a Super Saiyan 2 and literally one-shots everyone like in the span of like 30 seconds. The climax of this movie was to see Super Saiyan 2 Gohan being like the strongest being in the entire universe, so he one-shots everyone. But what really stands out for me is the scenarios. Look, somebody made a compilation of this on Reddit and I stole the images. There's the arena. Where the audience is sitting over here. Everything. Look at these saturated colors. Look at all of this variety. Look at these backgrounds with the toys and everything. Look at how detailed it is. Look at this flower field. It looked fantastic while in motion. And this antique town. Like, this is seriously, hands down, the best looking Dragon Ball Z movie of all of them. I was insanely surprised coming back to it. When I was a kid, I thought it was boring. Right now, a complete new appreciation of it. Deserved A tier at least. No, yeah, even above. Yeah, above this one. Let me check my notes. Oh yeah, Krillin always being the joke. Like, but we already know that. Okay, so this was the last one of the Cell Saga movies. By the way, I already ranked it over here in case you didn't see it. I don't remember. The last one of the Cell movies, of the Cell Saga movies, sorry. So it might low-key be one of the last ones before the decline of Dragon Ball Z. And speaking of the decline of Dragon Ball Z, probably my least favorite one, Broly's Second Coming, 1994. So this is Buu Saga. So that means Trunks and Goten, means Beetle, means adult Gohan. So Broly comes back because why the fuck not? And let me just start by saying there's a village that says like, oh, there's a monster roaming around, and Goten and Trunks are like, okay, let's take him down. So Goten starts crying because of some bullshit, and Broly wakes up, and it's like, holy shit, here comes Broly. But the actual creature was like a giant dinosaur that they one-shotted. Either way, Broly later shows up and starts trading blows with Beetle. And Beetle like takes a couple of hits and that's it. But then comes Goten and Trunks and they start fighting with Broly, but mostly it's like a comedic way. Like they just start running around like avoiding him, and like whenever they get punched it's like, oh my god, so silly, right? Like in a comedic way, like in a slapstick way. And even at one point Trunks pees on top of Broly's head. It's like, the Broly, the character that was the most popular villain, so intimidating, the final boss in many games, like the legendary Super Saiyan, this is what you want to do with him? So when the movie gets kind of serious is when adult Gohan comes on and he fights Broly, and the fight is okay, it's whatever. At that point, like, Super Saiyan Gohan 2 would have bodied Broly like easily. But like I said, like Gohan was never much into training, and we see that in the main series and everything. At one point, one of the stupidest things ever, like, why? He tries to bury Broly in lava, and he manages to do it. And he's like, oh my god, I did it. I bet that'll kill him. Why? Why would lava kill Broly? Did you not remember how intimidating and crazy he was in the other movies? Since when has anything like that ever worked? So Krillin, I mean, somebody rescues Gohan when he's about to faint after he puts Broly in the lava. And people are gonna be like, oh, it's Piccolo, because Piccolo always saves Gohan in the movies. It's one of the tropes. But it's actually Krillin dressed as Piccolo, just because it's a recurrent joke. And it's like, okay, I kinda like it, it's haha funny. But that just shows how much of a not serious movie this is. And I don't need every single movie to be like super serious, but what I am saying is like, why bring Broly for this, you know? It completely destroys his character. Either way, Broly comes out of the lava. Gohan Kamehamehas them, Goten joins, and Goku is like, come on, is that all you got? And he shows up out of nowhere from being dead, and they kill Broly with the Super Kamehameha. And that's it, really. One of my least favorite ones, absolutely sucks, it's Booty Cheeks. Let me check my notes, because I bet I'm kind of angry there. It does look pretty good, the coloring is on point. The outfits of Beetle and Trunks are pretty cool, especially Beetle. I really liked, I really hoped that that outfit was playable in one of the games, but it was never, not that I'm aware of. Even there's one part where Trunks shows Broly his ass. The older movies had Gohan as a child appeal, you know, it was like the musical numbers and everything, but this one really overdid it, and it's more like a bratty type of child appeal, which, I mean, I guess if you're a small child it would appeal to you. Yeah, it is forgettable. Oof, my god. Now I'm overdoing it because I'm feeling angry. I mean, it looks okay at least. If there's ever... No, there's one that is worse. Okay. I'm not gonna be putting it in F tier, but I'm gonna put it at D tier right now, because there's one that is worse than this one. And the Eradicate All Saiyans looks worse actually, but I didn't watch it because it's basically a plugin for a Raging Blast 2, a video game. So, yeah, okay, sorry, rant over. Let's get to it. Bio Broly. When I was a kid, I thought this was the biggest piece of shit that has ever been created. Right now, so I came to it like, oh my god, this is gonna suck, the second one sucks so much, and the third one is gonna suck even more. It is bad, it doesn't look nearly as good as the other ones. I mean, look at how stupid this Bioman looks. This is a recurrent character from the second Broly movie. Either way, basically, one of the things I do like about this movie is that Android 18 is one of the main characters. He shows up, and she's very funny in the Buu Saga. A bit one-dimensional, but I mean, it's funny just to see her trying to adapt to Earthling life. Either way, this mad scientist contact Mr. Satan because of reasons, and they fight with bio warriors, and they're like, oh my god, they're kinda hard, but not for number 18 and Goten and Trunks. But then they see fucking Broly out of nowhere in one of the tubes, and they're like, oh my god, don't release him, right? But they do release him, and his biological structure starts to wither, and he becomes this goop monster. And the one thing I will say is that the goop monster and all of the goop surrounding him is actually super dangerous. It could eradicate any life form. So it did feel like stakes were high. My one complaint is why Broly? He didn't even say a word. Why this did need to be Broly? Why did this needed to be Broly? Sorry. It could have been called Goten and Trunks versus the Big Swamp Monster, and it would have been a better movie. It's an okay movie. I like it okay. It doesn't look as good as the other ones. I think it's on par with Dead Zone, which at this point is really not a good thing to say. Let me just check my notes here. Yeah, the body horror is a really good aspect of this. Like, if you touch any of that goop, you get disintegrated, and just seeing Broly being all that corrupted by that is super insane. Yeah, there's even more ass showing, like, but it's not as infantile as the second one. Yeah, one of the good points I put here is that it could use a remake. Not a remake, a rewrite. Just rewrite the story, make it better. And it has potential. But yeah, it's like Dead Zone, not good. But not as bad as the second one. The second one is booty cheeks. Almost done. We're getting there. Okay, Fusion Reborn. The thing about this movie. People always remember it super fondly because it has a really good villain. And Gogeta is the hypest fucking thing that has ever existed in Dragon Ball Z history. I agree that Gogeta is hype, but much like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in Bojack Unbound, like the last 30 seconds, that's all he does. Like, he's around 30 seconds, delivers one physical combo, and does the Soul Punisher, and that's it. That's all of the Gogeta screen time. Either way, the story, like, really quick, and this one kid messes up and unleashes all of this evil goo. Then he becomes Janemba. He's like an infantile toddler that is very powerful, kicks the shit out of Goku, and then he transforms into his serious form, and he has like this teleportation that is super busted because it's against dimensions. You can see a little bit here in the background that the scenarios are interesting, not as interesting as Bojack in my opinion, but it is very visually different. It takes place during Hell and multiple dimensions. The thing is that when this happens, a bunch of, I think everyone that has ever been killed is reborn for a second on Earth, including Freezer, his army, and adult Gohan one-shots him. And look who's here. Did you expect him to be in Dragon Ball Z? The Austriac painter? Yeah, it's kind of out of pocket. You couldn't do that nowadays, but you know, it was humorous. They had to fight against this guy, Dracula, some others. Mr. Satan actually fights and is powerful, so that's interesting. So anyways, when Super Saiyan 3 Goku actually fights against the Janembas, and he has no chance against beating him. So Vegeta shows up to support, but he gets absolutely demolished. And seeing the difference that there is between him and Goku, and even him and Janemba, he's like, oh my god, I fucking suck dick. I am so behind Kakarot. I am so weak. And he starts crying. And that was so fucking, like, goddamn. I felt for him. So they decide to do the fusion, and they do it wrong the first time. So this fat Gogeta shows up. I think he's called Beku, and he only survives out of luck and because of comedic reasons. But later on they've turned into Gogeta and they just bodied him immediately, like I said. Yeah, I feel like this is one of the best parts of Dragon Ball Super. They actually gave Vegeta more protagonism, more deserved power-ups and everything. Like, they didn't leave him behind. This movie is a little glazed. I think it is kind of annoying that one of his weaknesses is like saying swear words for whatever reason, and they try to make it like a comedic thing with Picon over here, or Paikuhan, whatever you want to call him. I don't like it as much. Most people will probably put this in A or C tier. For me, it's the bottom of A or the beginning of B. Probably the bottom of A. I'm gonna put it there. Bridge expanded and justified. Too much. Yeah, there is a lot of comedy, but it is nicely paced, which I admire because some of the comedy can feel out of place, like it did in Broly, but in this one it was really nicely done. Especially after seeing that Broly 2 movie, this was really nicely paced comedy. The relationship between Gohan and Beetle is super cute. They are fighting alongside each other and they like each other, so that's one of the better parts. Magicians, because Janemba I think is counted as a magician, are just super cracked. Yeah, bottom of A. Ooh wee. We're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, not bottom. I think it's better than Lord Slug. Now, no, is it Wrath of the Dragon that's next? Yeah, Wrath of the Dragon. The thing about this movie is that it suffers a little bit like Bio Broly. It could have been a great movie if it didn't involve like Dragon Ball characters, honestly. The story of Tapion and Hildergan, like the giant dragon, super endearing. Now, besides Bojack, I think this is the best looking movie of Dragon Ball. If only you could see the motion, the camera movements, the angles in this scene with Tapion talking with Bulma. Look at the coloring. It looks, I mean, these are things that already don't happen as often. I mean, everything looks so digital and bright nowadays. They don't play on the contrasts and like color temperature and all of that. This one did it perfectly, and it looks so fantastic. There's even like a barbecue, and it's like a slice of life scene that I really appreciate. And milestone in the entirety of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan 3 Goku actually does something. He's the one that defeats Hildergang with a Dragon Punch or whatever, when the entire movie was based around Tapion and Trunks. But I don't care, a Super Saiyan 3W was very much needed. Once again, Vegeta comes and he gets one-shotted, and I really started feeling bad for him. That's why I'm glad that the Battle of the Gods and everything after that gave him more protagonism. Shit. So yeah, really good one. It didn't need to be a Dragon Ball movie, but I mean, how can you get the budget without it? The Super Saiyamans working together, really fun, really cute. This is a perfect ending to Dragon Ball Z. I feel it would have been better with the fusion, because that is more Dragon Ball centered. But yeah, this is really good. For a long time before they decided to revive Dragon Ball in the 2000s, late 2000s, this was the last bit of Dragon Ball media that there ever was that was not Dragon Ball GT. So I think that's interesting. This one definitely gets an A tier. Let me check my notes. Better than I remembered, yeah. There's some comedy, but not a lot. It has really good pacing too. There's a retcon with the sword that Trunks gets. But I don't think that's all that important to say. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this gets an A tier. here. Now, okay, this one's an exception. I'm gonna be showing it like really quick over here. Tarble's movie, Vegeta's brother. I didn't watch it. I watched it one time when I was younger. Didn't care for it. It almost feels non-canonical because nothing ever happens, but it is canonical. They mentioned Tarble like a couple of times in Dragon Ball Super. Just a couple of things that I wanna say. Like, Tarble doesn't know how to fight, so he comes to Vegeta. These are the two main enemies, and they fuse into this one, if I'm not mistaken. They're called Avocado, and together they make Avocado. This is 2008. This is Tarble, and the funniest part of the movie, this is Tarble's wife, the one that you see over here. Like, it is funny, but it is unnecessary, and it's not really like that much of a movie, really. I'm not gonna be ranking it for various reasons, and one of those reasons is that it's not here. Like, this is such a nothing movie that it's not even here. They didn't put it here, but I just wanted to make mention of it real quick. And I also wanted to say, since it's the new wave of Dragon Ball, it's also the beginning of what I like to call sanitized Dragon Ball. A very digital look. I mean, just look at Dodori over here. Look at how bright he is. Do you remember what he looks like in Bardock? Look. Where's the shading? Like, goddamn. I hate how this movie looks. And not only that, it's shit. I hate it so much. Look at this Frieza design. I mean, it's not Frieza, it's one of Frieza's ancestors. What is this clothes? Why does it look so shitty? And I mean, the only good thing about this is that Bardock became a Super Saiyan, but it's like pure fan service at this point. This is like a 20-minute episode, so it's the same length of a regular episode. The only thing that I kind of like about it is that Bardock's character is not out of character. It feels like the regular Bardock, but he became a little bit more, I guess, benevolent, because this little kid gives him food and everything, so he's like, okay, yeah, here's my name, but he's very like barbaric and everything, so he doesn't want to open up to anyone. But Chilled, this is his name, Chilled, comes to torment everyone. So he remembers the Frieza, he gets angry, and he turns into a Super Saiyan, and he almost kills him. He goes into his spaceship and tells his soldiers, beware of the legendary Super Saiyan who becomes blonde and has green eyes, and then he dies. So that's why Freezer know of the Super Saiyans. It is shit. I don't like it. I even watched it like sped up sometimes. Chilled Chuck. Just chilled. And which I am not right now, by the way. I am not chilled. The only thing that was ever good to come out of this is Super Saiyan Bardock, because that way you can use it in video games. Other than that, get it out of my face. Worst one by far. I hate it. It is sanitized Dragon Ball. No more blood, by the way. Ever since Tarble in the new age, there's not gonna be much blood in Dragon Ball, and that was one of the coolest things about Dragon Ball when it became brutal. I hate it so much. First, F tier. Oh my god, I got heated. Okay, we're almost done. Just the super movies. Let me check my notes just in case I need to say anything else. Yeah, this is a pure fanfic. Door install is awful. Chilled is a horrible design. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wrote. I was angry. Wait, let me check. Yeah. Okay. 2013, couple of years. This is the Reborn Dragon Ball. It is still sanitized. Like no more blood. It has kind of that digital look, but I like it. I really like this one. What's Dragon Ball Evolution's Goku power level? Yeah, I don't know. Probably same as the Rock. Because that Bardock gets a C. Crazy that Bardock gets a C and an F. Yeah, because they ruined my favorite movie too. So yeah, this is the beginning of the new age of Dragon Ball. I heard that the original plans was to make this the end of Dragon Ball, but we have already gone through that many times, especially Toriyama when he was alive, rest in peace. He wanted to end Dragon Ball like multiple times, but he didn't, because everybody, like the studios or the fans or everyone, wanted him to continue it. But I feel like this would have been an okay ending. I'm not crazy about the Super Saiyan God design, but we'll get into that. The thing is that this story begins with Super Saiyan 3 fighting against Beerus, and he gets bodied in like 2 moves. Not even a chance. And Beerus is the god of destruction, goes to the earth, go looking for Vegeta. It's like, oh, so anyone knows about this god Super Saiyan that can fight me? And he starts to get along with everyone. As you can see over here, he's a free spirit, he's really fun. But he's also insanely overpowered. And Vegeta tries to keep him at bay because, like I said in the other couple movies, Vegeta was already very behind in power levels with Goku. So if Goku couldn't even touch him, Vegeta was like, we are fucking fucked over here. And besides, he knew of Beerus because his dad told him, so he was already afraid. Kinda wild that Beerus says that Super Saiyan 3 Goku's on the same level as Frieza, like, huh? I don't remember that. Might have been a thing about the dub. I think Beerus said that. I don't remember. Well, the thing is that Vegeta tries to entertain Beerus so he doesn't go crazy. And when it comes to character development, these 2 images are the faces of the same coin. It's like Vegeta takes his pride aside to try to protect everyone on Earth, because if he doesn't do it, nobody's going to do it, and he doesn't stand a chance while fighting. But when everything goes to shit and Beerus already gets angry, he's like, okay, no more dancing and playing around for Beerus, let's lock the fuck in. They hit my woman, I'm gonna go crazy. And he actually manages to land a couple of punches on Beerus, and it's like, holy shit, Vegeta went insane, and he was only Super Saiyan 2. So some things happen, and Shenron comes on, and even he is afraid of Beerus. So they tell Goku how to perform the transformation with 5 pure-hearted Super Saiyans, and he manages to reach godhood for a little while. So they fight, and it kinda goes toe-to-toe for a second, but not really, because Beerus wasn't even fighting seriously. And Goku manages to protect the Earth from a devastating attack, and Beerus is like, you know what, you're alright. So he doesn't kill them yet, but low-key I think the main reason why he didn't kill the Earth was because of the delicious food that they gave him. And honestly, if I was a god of destruction and I was like, I could kill everyone, but they gave me good food, why would I kill them, you know? Oh, in your opinion, what is the real end of Dragon Ball? I know a lot of people say right before GT. GT has a proper real ending, Super and Diamond with, yeah, we still have a work for now. It's weird. If I really wanted to give everything an ending, I would say after the Android saga, because I know Toriyama wanted to end it when Goku died in Namek, but I feel like too many like unanswered things would have happened. Like, okay, so what happened to Vegeta? What is he gonna do on Earth? What happened to Gohan? Like, is he gonna become stronger? And I think that closes everything nicely with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan supposedly being the strongest one on Earth and Goku being dead, accepting it. I like that ending. I like it better than the ending of the Buu saga. And GT probably has the best ending because that is the best characterization of Goku. Like, he is mature but powerful. He is like more of a Sifu, more of a trainer than a trainee. So like, yeah, he's more of a master than somebody who is achieving to become stronger. I think that's one of the coolest things. And Super Saiyan 4 Goku in GT, I really like the explanation. It's like coming in contact with your wild Osaru powers but controlling it and turning that into a new form. I really like that. I think GT has the most satisfying ending, but I would have ended it at the end of the Cell Saga to, you know, avoid a lot of bullshit that happens later in the series. Also, I never watched Daima, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, this was supposed to be another ending of the series, so I really like the idea of somebody showing up and being like, yeah, you're very, very fucking strong, Goku, but you'll never be the strongest because there's always someone that is stronger out there. But you've shown me that you never stop trying, and that is what matters the most. Like, you managed to protect the Earth because of your strength, but that doesn't mean you're the strongest. Because people always get very annoying, like, oh my god, nobody beats Goku, right? I don't know, I think it was a nice ending. Yeah, really solid movie. I saw it in the cinema. I watched it at the movie theater. Really good. This was an definitely improvement over Tarble and, I mean, Vegeta's brother, and the second movie of Bardock, even though it was still kind of sanitized Dragon Ball. And there's some weird 3D moments there that don't look all that good. It's funny because Super Saiyan 3 can never catch a break. The only time he did anything was with Hildergan. Yeah, Vegeta's moment was epic with my Bulma. I will say I don't like watching the dub. I usually just watch the sub. But there is one line that Goku says that cannot be rivaled. I'm even gonna put it. It's like like Sean Shamel took it out of the park over here. I'm just gonna put the little bit of the audio there because I don't wanna get Nate copyrighted. Change it over here. Like, this just rocks. That was the hypest shit, and when everybody saw that shit on the movie theater, everybody went, holy fucking shit. Let me remind you that this was before Super, so there was a long time where we didn't get anything good related to Dragon Ball. Yeah, that shit was hype. Okay. Now the thing is, how do I rank this? Because if it had been the last Dragon Ball movie, I would know where to put it. But with how things are now, I don't know, it kind of messes with everything. I think it's better than the Fusion. It's not as good as these ones. Yeah, it's better than the Android. Yeah, I'll put it here. Big A tier. Oh my god. Okay, we're almost done. Oh my god. It sucks. It sucks so much. It is booty cheeks. You know, this is what happens when you force somebody to make something when they don't want to. There's some okay things about it. But this movie sucks so much cock. First of all, bringing back Frieza, I guess for the sake of the Tournament of Power. Okay, I understand. But why did you have to bring this whole movie, this whole arc, and even the Dragon Ball Super series, which sucks even more than the movie, this was super unnecessary. Now the thing, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, it makes sense. I understand why it happens. A Super Saiyan God is like base Goku with Super Saiyan, with godly ki. So he turns Super Saiyan in that state and he becomes Super Saiyan Blue. But to give this to us immediately after the Battle of the Gods, it's like, and the only change being, oh, Goku has blue hair now. What is this? What is this lack of creativity? Now, I like Battle of the Gods, but after that I refused to watch anything that had to do with Dragon Ball Super until Ultra Instinct Goku happened in the Tournament of Power. And that's because I liked the design. I liked that it wasn't just another change of a wig. I didn't like it that it was just like, oh my god, why don't we turn it green this time? Why don't we give Goku green hair? No, it seemed like a better idea to give him a different moveset, a different fighting style, and a different look than just dyeing his hair another color. And that is one of the biggest problems in this movie. It's like, okay, let's give Freezer a new form and let's give Goku a new form, and I don't know, it just sucks so much. The best part, I am not being ironic with this, the best part about this movie is when Krillin, Roshi, Gohan, Piccolo, and Tenshinhan fought against the Freezer army. That was the best part. Everything else sucks so much. Goku gets one-shotted by one of the minions of Frieza for no reason. Like, why did it do that much damage? Freezer blows up the earth and Whis goes back in time to give them another chance, and it just ends up with Freezer being killed again. Freezer was revived at the beginning of the movie and died at the end of the movie. What is the point? Guns do things now, which is dumb. Yeah. Besides, I keep confusing the movie with what happened in Dragon Ball Super, because it's basically the same stuff but with some things changed, and it's just so pointless. Why? Something I didn't mention in the Battle of the Gods in this one is that the Pilaf gang is back, and I always know that Toriyama liked the Pilaf gang, so I understand why they're back, but I mean, it's whatever. Also, yeah, Gohan gets one-shotted by Freezer. Remember in the Fusion movie how Gohan one-shotted Freezer when he came back? I mean, I know it's not canon, but Christ almighty. Let me check my notes. Yeah, this is insanely unnecessary, and I guess it's a good setup for the rest of Dragon Ball Super, but it feels just like a kettle corn in the middle of your teeth. Like, why are you there? Oh my god. Yeah, you just feel overwhelmed with the transformations. It's like, oh, Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God. It's like, and Golden Freezer, why? Because he needed a transformation. Nah. I guess one of the other good things about it is that it kind of set up like the Ultra Instinct idea, because Goku getting shot by this laser thing was because he wasn't aware, he was cocky, and Whis told him like, you gotta stop that shit or it's gonna bite you in the ass, and it did. But that is a big if. You know what, I think this one does deserve not an, is it an F tier? Where's Resurrection? Here's the thing, I hate the second Bardock movie more than this. At least this one, I mean, it is bad, but it sets up some cool things that happen in Dragon Ball Super. GT Gohan beat Rildo, who's supposed to be on par with Boo. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Piccolo was fighting against one of the minions of Frieza, and that minion was supposed to be on par with Dodoria and Sarbon, and he was having trouble with it. How are you gonna be having trouble with a Sarbon or Dodoria type enemy when you are Piccolo at the end of Dragon Ball Z? Jesus. You had already fused with Kami. I mean, I'm not the biggest, like, arguer about power levels, but put a little fucking effort. GT Gohan beat. Okay, yeah. There's a lot that I don't remember about GT. I'm gonna say this is worse than the second Broly movie, but this one deserves to be an F tier alone. But this one is very close to being an F tier. Okay, almost done with the movies. Now, after Booty Cheeks, see, here's the difference. They took their time. This was the same year of the Battle of the Gods. Broly is 2018. They took their time with this one because they wanted to canonize one of the better characters of the movies. They wanted to make him an actual character. They wanted to give him a good backstory. They wanted to make him a part of the team, which is kind of iffy, I don't know, but they also brought back Gogeta. It's like they took the best out of the previous Dragon Ball movies and they're like, okay, let's make something good out of this. Frieza Saga Piccolo compares to second form Frieza. Yeah, because he gets bodied by the Xenomorph form. Yeah, but that Piccolo that was fighting against in Resurrection, he had already fused with Kami and he was even stronger than Android 17. And you couldn't defeat Android 17 with a Super Saiyan. I mean, Piccolo was stronger than Super Saiyan at one point. Are you telling me that he couldn't take down a Sarbon or Dodoria type? Like, Jesus. Yeah, that movie pisses me the fuck off. Okay, so yeah, this one is really good. I think it's the best looking Dragon Ball, the best looking modern Dragon Ball movie. One of the complaints I have about it is that, holy fuck, they scream a lot. I don't know about the dub. I didn't watch the dub. But, everybody knows that Goku is voiced by an old lady. I felt bad about her, like, how's her throat? There's so much screaming in this movie. It actually made me a little uncomfortable. Either way, this movie has one of the best things about Dragon Ball movies, which is the backstory of the Saiyans and the Freezer army and stuff like that. I'm really a big sucker for it. Now we get another Bardock appearance, which also means that they wanted to canonize him. I don't like this Bardock as much as the original one, but I guess it makes sense for him to be a bit more chilled out, a bit more like humanized, because I don't know, they're setting up some things that happen in the Granola arc. I don't like it as much, but he's there. Besides, how much are we going to see of Bardock? You cannot outdo what you did with him on the first movie. Yeah, we have small Frieza over here, which is funny. So King Vegeta was being a dickhole as always, and he decided to send Broly as a baby to an abandoned, very dangerous planet. So his father followed him and took this guy with him, and he's like, okay, so we're gonna train you, because he had like an insane power level as a baby. We're gonna train you and we're gonna take our revenge against Vegeta. And they end up killing this guy, Beat, because they needed his clothes and it would be less food to use on him and everything. So yeah, kind of barbaric. Bardock feels weird in this movie. I don't know if weird is the correct thing, but obviously they couldn't make it like the original one, because they kind of want to humanize him a little bit more. Besides, he has like a wife here. I don't know. Weird. Oh, dude, the original is so good, Flux. It's so fucking good. What else can I say about this movie? Okay, so yeah, the art style. It's weird because during mid-fight, they do look a little bit different, a little bit simplified, but that's in order to make the animation more fluid, and it really pays off. They do use 3D on this movie, but it is not as noticeable as on Battle of the Gods, and definitely not as noticeable as in Superhero, which we're gonna be seeing next. I think it's the perfect balance to make a Dragon Ball movie in the current age. Now, Broly as a character is interesting. I do like these two guys, Chelai and I don't remember his name. And they kind of feel bad for Broly. They kind of want to be their friends and everything. I think it's very much needed that this Broly needed like a family or a friend support. And Broly going super crazy, it's like out of not him being like a rage filled like demon, but rather a lot of repressed rage and his genetic mutation. So it's interesting. I also like that we see Vegeta and Goku with different outfits, at least for a little bit. Freezer here is really silly. He wants to grow 5 centimeters, so that's why he was gathering the Dragon Balls. And honestly, I feel you. I mean, Bulma already uses the Dragon Balls to get like plastic surgery done on herself, like for free. Why can't Freezer grow like 5 centimeters? Give the man his 5 centimeters. Maybe he wouldn't be such an asshole if he could grow a little bit, you know? Either way, we see Super Saiyan God fight, so that is very good. We see Super Saiyan God Vegeta for the first time, and when they end up getting their ass kicked, they make the fusion dance and become Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, who is extremely powerful, and his personality is a lot more like Vegeta's. Not quite as cocky, he's a little more locked into him, but you know, he's like playful and everything. We also see some interesting characters here, like Berry Blue and this guy. Like the Freezer army are getting minions that have a bit more importance rather than just being nameless. Let me see. It's so damn good, you gotta see it. Yeah, the Bardock movie is so good. So there's a really funny part when they are practicing the fusion and everything goes wrong. Broly starts beating the shit out of Freezer, and it is one of the most deserved and funniest parts in the entire modern times of Dragon Ball. I was really satisfied looking at that. So yeah, great characters, great animation, great backstory, great storytelling. They reintroduce characters which, I mean, I like new Broly better than old Broly, at least as a character. For Bardock, I'm a little bit iffy on him, but I mean, he just shows up at the beginning of the movie. Like, this movie is really not about him. It's also a great setup for what's about to come in Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, this one is peak. I'll give it a C tier, just because it really deserves it. Let me check my notes. Chelai, Lemo, and Blueberry are all cool characters, yeah. Different vibes, okay. Yeah, King Vegeta was being a dick as always. Yeah. This was also after the Tournament of Powers, so Goku didn't go Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct, I mean, because he hadn't mastered it. But I like it better without the Ultra Instinct. Yeah, this is C tier. And we are down to our last one. My voice is already so grating. Dragon Ball Super Hero. 1 hour straight of an ass beating, yeah. I'll say this much. I think it looks good, but it's gonna be one of the movies that is gonna age the worst. This feels like the good kind of 3D that you felt was good in the 2000s. It's gonna be like Advent Children. It's gonna be like, oh, it looks fantastic, and like 7 or 8 years later on, it's gonna be like, oh my god, this didn't age all that well, did it? I mean, it looks okay, but yeah, they really overdid it with the 3D. I guess this Broly movie just took so much more time to do that it just wasn't affordable to do it like that anymore. This is an okay middle ground. I think it's okay. But if they're gonna make more movies or whatever, is it gonna be like this? I don't know. But this is where the power leveling gets fucking stupid, my dude. But before we go into it, I just want to say that I like the idea of these two characters. This is the grandson of Dr. Gero, and this is the grandson of the, or son, I don't remember, it's like a descendant of the Red Ribbon Army guy. So it's like they're working together again. I think that part is really fun. Like, it's trying a little too hard with, oh my god, nostalgia, but I think it hits. And they try to convince him that Bulma is this evil doer that took aliens and androids in order to conquer the Earth. Really funny. Advent Children and Spirits Within both look like Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, I'm not much of a Final Fantasy person, so I wouldn't know. I'm just trying to think of 3D that looked good at the time, but it's not gonna age the best. Pan was a really fun part of this movie. I especially like her relationship with Piccolo. It's I know people joke like, oh, Piccolo is the babysitter of the Goku family, but I think it speaks about his character, about how he was supposed to be like a demon king that was supposed to rule over the earth, and instead he became like the biggest family man. It's so cute, it's so sweet, it's so in character. I like that he's in touch with human relationships. Well, not human, but let's just say human relationships and nature on Earth. I like that he likes to protect. I like that he's more in touch with how society works than many of the other characters. The two Gammas, I'm kind of whatever on. I've seen people compare them to Goku and Vegeta when it comes to power level, and I'm like, how the fuck? I guess it makes sense that they beat Piccolo because it's like they're an improved number 17 and number 18, so I guess kinda works. Cell Max just was like the biggest why, like whatever, why do we need him? One of the most bullshit things. Advent Children age so good? I don't know. One of the biggest bullshit moments, I took this straight out of a YouTube video because I don't care, was Dende upgrading the Dragon Balls, like out of nowhere, just with a bit of water, and giving Piccolo, like they unlocked his potential, like the Great Patriarch did in Namek. And I guess that makes sense, but Shenlong comes out and says, oh, I gave you a little bonus, little guy, I hope you enjoy it. And the little bonus was a transformation. It's like, talk about gifted powers, like goddamn. I guess the only thing that I like about that is that it makes sense that if anyone is gonna get a power up out of the Dragon Balls, it's gonna be the Namekian. I think that story-wise, like narrative is pretty okay. And Gohan was really out of shape, but he gets angry over the stupidest thing, like Pam being supposedly hurt, but she wasn't even hurt really. And he goes into a rage mode. And it's like, oh my god, new transformation unlocked. I mean, Gohan was always busted. He was really broken. But my god. I don't know what they're doing with this. My Popo having a day of death. Mr. Popo having a day of death. I do like Undercover Piccolo. I think that's one of the funnest things about the movie. He plays it smart. And I don't know, it's all thanks to him that everything in this movie works out. It looks okay. I don't know, this is the weirdest movie. Like, how do I even rank this? Because I like it, but is it good? Oh yeah, another thing that I wanted to point out is that sometimes the animation feels a little too try-hard. Like, they are overly animated. Sometimes it even feels like a Smiling Friends gag. Like they move their hands a little too overly animated, and it's like they're just trying to show off of, oh, look how cool it looks. It's like, I don't know, buddy, looks a little too much. Also, yeah, I'm very happy that Piccolo is the main character. So 2 new forms on an over. Okay, just checking my notes. Sometimes I'll say that this is like the Frieza Resurrection, because we get another overwhelming amount of super powerful characters and transformations, new transformations out of nowhere. But it was done better, and it is necessary for the plot to move on, for whatever they're planning for the next super arcs. It's also fun because Gotenks shows up, but he shows up as a failed fusion, but he still manages to land a couple of punches. I don't know, it's okay. C rank. What do I have in C rank? Around Dead Son and Bio Broly. Let me check. I don't know, because I feel like the characterization of Piccolo and everything, like, it was so fun to watch. I think it's at least better than these ones, but it could be like at the top of C or at the bottom of B. But it gets so annoying with the new transformations and everything. And it was nicely animated, so I guess that counts for something. Better than Dead Zone, at least. And I'm gonna put it here, end of B tier. I think the over animation is to try to make sure that the 3D doesn't come off as too jarring. It's trying to do 2D type animation with 3D models. Maybe so, maybe so. Well, that took a while. Oops. Okay, second tier list done. Hope you liked my PowerPoint presentation. I actually did it in Google Drive. So for C tier we have the first Bardock movie, History of Trunks, Broly, and Broly for C. I know this one doesn't feel earned, but it is because of this that we got this. Then Bojack Unbound, Return of Color, Wrath of the Dragon, Battle of the Gods, Super Android 13. Maybe I feel like moving this around. Yeah, this one is just surprising how good it was. Fusion Reborn, Lord Slug, The Tree of Might, Colors Revenge, The World's Strongest, Superhero, Dead Son by Broly, Broly Second Coming, Resurrection F, and the Bardock Special. Whew. Yeah, it feels... Okay, I'll trust my own judgment. Damn, so that took a long time. For how long have I been streaming? 3 hours. I have these two over here. I don't know if... No, I'll take a long time with this one, so no. And I don't think I remember enough about Happy Tree Friends to do a tier list like this. Besides, my voice is already kinda... I could save them for the next tier list. But I only did 2 though. Well, but this one was a heavy task. It's about to be 10 p.m. here, so maybe I should cool it. Let's do this one. This one's fast. So Happy Tree Friends. I grew up with it. They actually broadcasted this on MTV. Rest your voice, you goblin. No. Yeah, this one is quick. I watched this a lot with my brother. It was kind of edgy to watch at the time. Let's see. This one cracked me up. I mean, he was annoying, but it was funny. Dying babies is always good. This is like the most nothing character. I remember doing a tier list that took 2 days to finish. The website was chugging and breaking at the end. Oh, dude, I have one of those that is so insanely big. Let me just show it. I wanted to do one about cartoons in general, but look at how many there are here. It's insane. Discos 2 or whatever. I remember the episode where he had to get a bypass because he was having heart attacks. It was kind of scary actually. He's okay. I thought it was funny. I always liked this one because she kept getting killed with her own quills or killing others with her own quills, and she was always scared because she was like, oh my god, I could kill anyone at any time. Obviously the best character. I think a lot of people be kind of creepy with this character online, and I bet most of them are like edgy little girls that grew up with this. This is like the most whatever character. I think the most memorable moment with this one was with the lemonade. This one is so mean. It is so mean. Just to make a disabled character and make that the joke. I'll put it here. This one I don't even remember. It's super boring. These two were always like fodder. Like whenever you could get a story that needed like the most token characters and you wouldn't feel bad about them dying, they just brought them up. I fucking hated the mime. I think my brother really liked it. I never really liked it. I don't like the design, it looks stupid. This motherfucker always died by his own vices. One of the most annoying voices, but I think that gives it potential to die very satisfying deaths. Definitely one of the better ones because of his different physique, because he was stupid, and because he had a really funny voice when he died. This one was just fucking annoying. Okay, seeing the dad always grieving his son when he died was the funniest thing ever, because he was like neglectful. This one had like a one joke with the hook. It always comes down to that. I'll put it here. Now I hate how this motherfucker looks, and he always brought like the biggest sci-fi elements into the series, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. I guess it gives some creativity to the forms, to the ways that they're going to be killed in, but I don't know, it's just like a regular ass Poindexter. I'm gonna put it here just because of the potential. A fuck up hero is always funny, one of my favorite characters ever. It's like if the boys were a character but not evil but just stupid. I fucking hated the mole. He was such a fuck up. I'll put it here. And this one is just like a whatever, same as this one's. I guess the one that most people remember for this one is the one with the lollipop in the eye, and he had to climb the eye socket or whatever. Not the eye socket, like the string. There we go. That was really pointless. Yeah, that'll break it. Mine was half the size and it was all twisted metal. How many twisted... Oh, are you talking about the characters or the games? Happy 3 friends made me sick as a kid with all my hemophobia as a youngling. Yeah, no, I was an edgy little fuck, but... So I liked it. Okay, so that's it for today. We did 3 tier lists, one of them really quickly. And I'm gonna take my time with this one, so definitely next time. Just one last look at them in case you wanna see it. There's this one, and this one. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow or the next days, but I do want to stream for Halloween at least a little bit. Tomorrow, my friend Flux the Forsaken will be streaming Resident Evil 7, so go check him out. And Thursday he's gonna be streaming Omori, which I'm definitely gonna be there in order to guide him. I really like that game, if you couldn't tell because of my song playlist in the background. More tier list streams in the future. You at least have the friends here, so I know where to start with one. But I'm gonna have to search for more ideas. But yeah, that's it. To anyone that showed, Flux and Luxo, thank you very much. And with that being said, this has been Milkthrow, wishing you a nighty night and a bye bye bye. See you later.